country. And that symbol they want to remove symbolizes them Haitian carrying their flags high, saying we have won our victory. So FIFA want them to remove that. That's what FIFA want them to. That you're removing their history, removing what they stand for. This is Haiti on a map. It's a beautiful country. Well, there's many things to say about that. This is their logo on the football kit. You see the logo? Okay. So the FIFA has asked Haiti to remove this logo from their football kit. They say if you don't remove it, you will not play the World Cup. Must be big, right? Must be a real problem. So you need to find out about this. Why would the logo be such a threat to such an organization? To a point where you will tell a country, if you do not remove that logo off of your shirt, we're going to kick you out of the thing. You're going to find out about that.
Chance maybe for Antoine to get in behind. He is in, and the ball is in the back of the net.
Haiti is an interesting country, and this logo is very, very important, and you need to understand. This logo represents something really important for the country. It's their mystique. It's their powers. How is it their power? Well, this logo is representative of the Battle of Vertières. Vertières is an area, and this is a battle that happened in 1803, okay? And for you to understand, we have to go back to history. Haiti, before it existed as a country, French people needed slaves to work for them in the field, to work in cotton, sugarcane, and many other things. The interest was to make money. Where do you get the slaves from? Africa. They left France, they went all the way to the African continent and took many, many black people all the way to this island you see here in Haiti. They kept them there at Saint-Domingue at the time, that's how it was called. Now, many black people that were taken to Haiti were working on the field. They were just slaves, like in America, like in Brazil. Now, the treatment was so bad that it's got to a point where these people had had enough. They had had enough. They started fighting against the French colonialists. They fought against the French masters. And before they fought against the French master, you know what they did? They went to a river and did a prayer. They did a prayer in voodoo because they believe in their ancestral powers. They did a prayer in voodoo, even though they were taught Christianity and other religions. They prayed in voodoo, they came together, then they went to war. They beat the French bad, so bad that France was embarrassed. Out of the embarrassment, France at the time was led by Napoleon, this man here, Bonaparte. He sent ships to go recuperate, reclaim the land, and get those black people to be slaves again. Guess what happened at the time? The Battle of Vertières then began. It was 18 November 1803. Haitian rebels led by Jean-Jacques Dessalines, a very strong general, was faced by Dolatien Rochambeau, sent by Napoleon Bonaparte to go and reclaim the land. What happened? In 1803, Haitian revolutionaries had already taken most of the colony. They've beat the French so bad, they took the lands back with very small weapons. They didn't have machine guns and stuff. They took over most of the land. Haitian forces launched a fierce assault against Napoleon troops who was trying to reimpose slavery and colonial control. So you must remember, colonial control and slavery will always try to be reimposed, even if you think it's over. At the time, the black people had beaten the French masters and took the land. But then Napoleon in France sent reinforcements to go beat those black people and make them slaves again. Well, the fighting was intense, very intense. It lasted several hours. Haitian groups showed extraordinary bravery facing one of the most powerful nations at the time. And Captain Francois Capoise, who was an Haitian at the time, was known for his bravery. He was coming forward with an horse. He had a horse, and his horse was shot dead. Even though the horse was shot dead, he continued running forward and screaming, "Let's go, let's advance," with his horse dead. This is a black person with the name Captain Francois Capoise. Oh, obviously, you must remember, they changed black people's name at the time. So this was one of them. He was so brave, even after his horse died, he continued moving forward, saying, "Let's go, let's go." What happened next is on the next day, 19 November 1803, General Rochambeau, that was sent by Napoleon, lost the last major French stronghold. He was beaten up. This victory effectively ended French rule in Saint-Domingue. My brother, we're talking about a country, a black country here, a black nation. This is the very first black nation to beat white people bad and reclaim the land and create their own country. The very first one in the world. Okay, Haiti, on the 1st January 1804, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, this man right here, proclaimed the independence of Haiti, making it the very first independent nation in Latin America and the Caribbean. The world's first black-led republic was Haiti. It is Haiti, the only nation born from a successful slave revolt. This is the country. And that symbol they want to remove symbolizes them Haitian carrying their flags high, saying we have won our victory. So FIFA want them to remove that. That's what FIFA want them to. That you're removing their history, removing what they stand for. So this battle of Vertières is celebrated in Haiti as a symbol of resistance, a symbol of freedom, and a national pride. It is often seen as one of the most important events in a global fight against slavery and colonialism. But FIFA wants you to remove it. Okay, they don't want you to know who you are. You must forget who you are. You live by our rules. They say it's a political sign. Political sign. I don't know how to reconcile it. Let me put this way for you. Haiti has done it all at the time. They beat white people, removed them of power. But you know what they did at the time? After Haiti was declared the first country, first independent country in 1805, first African country, black country if you prefer, in the world. The Europeans ostracized them. I know some of us don't know what ostracize means. And of course, we don't expect you to. It's not your home language. It's not even mine. Ostracize simply means put to the side. They cut you off. They cut Haiti off in the commercial world of the world. They put them aside in the financial system. They didn't want them to be successful, because if this country becomes successful, they're going to inspire other African countries to refuse colonialism. So it was necessary to subject them to poverty, hunger, disease, and difficulties. And up until now, that continues. Haiti was forced to pay the French money for losing slaves. They continued paying the money. I think they're still paying, or maybe they finished just a couple of things. Yes! They paid for their freedom, even though they beat the French by force. France still forced them. France and Britain and Spain, all these countries came together and said, if you don't pay France, we're going to destroy you. But you people still fight each other. You must leave my country. Go back to your country. It's insane. Nobody likes you. You don't see that. They're telling you your pride must be removed off your shirt because it's political. What's political about who you are? This is your freedom. I mean, you have a flag, I believe, of soldiers from Europe fighting against Hitler when they won. They were putting the flag up, right? You know that flag. You know that picture. Would you ask them to remove it because it's political? No, that's their pride. You wouldn't ask them to do that. Why would you ask Haitian to remove who they are? Let me know how you feel about this. It was a great pleasure. God bless.